Hey YouTube, welcome back. Thanks for showing up again and taking the time to share part of your day with me. This week's video is going to be a little bit different. I know that my last video, if you had a chance to check that out, was a little heavy. It's going through some personal issues, and thank you for everyone who took the time to check that out, be there, comment, and support. So today's video is a little bit different. This is a project that I worked on a couple of months ago that I decided to share with you. One of the ways that I cope and heal and practice self-care, whatever language you want to use around that, is creativity. I love to take things out of my imagination and use my hands to bring it to life. And in the past, that's looked different at different times in my life. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Donna, and in recent years I have been a writer. I'm actually published. I wrote seven romance novels, lesbian romance novels, with some intrigue, that kind of thing. So writing was a really important aspect of creativity for me. And maybe there'll be another video sometime where we go into what that journey was like for me and where I am now with that process and why. But there was a turn. Some things happened, and so creativity for me started to look different. It wanted to be expressed in different ways, and what I started learning is woodwork, but not like furniture making or any of the really beautiful craftsman kind of work. I like to whittle, and so whittling is just, basically a small piece of wood and a knife, and you create different little figurines, caricatures, things like that. But recently my carving has turned more to chainsaw art. And as I have learned to express that in the past year, there's a lot of challenges, but to kind of spin off my last video with the grief and asking you to share with me things that help you, I wanted to kind of take a positive spin and share with you, this is something that helps me. I have a neighbor who reached out to me. I think it was half-heartedly laughing, joking, teasing, wanting me to do a carving for him, and I didn't believe I could do it. It was outside my wheelhouse. Like I said, I'm just learning, I'm self-taught, and he and his partner had lost their dog to very older age, but failing health, and in the past year did lose Boo. And he had been on me for a while to carve Boo for his partner so that she could have this memorial. And one day it just hit me, and I decided that this was something that I needed to try. I needed to do this because I could tell it was important to him. It was important for him to show this love, to memorialize this precious little dog that had meant so much to him. What I've learned as I've gone back through my footage is that I did not record any of the actual chainsaw work. I have some stills of the raw carving, and then more of the creative process that you can see as you go. But this was done before I really decided that I was going to pick up a camera and share with you on YouTube. And so I dropped the ball, and I hope that as you watch through this video that you can still enjoy the process, and maybe I can even talk you through some of the things that happen as I get lost in this process. I find that the creative energy, it's like going away. It's it's like I'm there, but I'm not there. So all of the pressures and all of the things that are going on in the world just kind of disappear when I allow myself to really immerse into a project. And I think that's what's happened here, is why I didn't even consider picking up a camera and videoing the process. It could have just been subconscious as well, that I really did not believe that I could do it. And so, anticipating this being a total failure, I just didn't video it. But anyway, enjoy the video. I hope that you can fall in love with Boo the same way I did. So. Here's a good look at the raw wood freshly carved. At this point, I was already in love with this little dog. I remember Boo in his older age and failing health, but he had a remarkable little spirit. You can see some of his little attitude coming out with the slight smile, the little cock of his head, the perfect little nose that you just want to touch. I felt honored that Boo chose to show himself during this process. During carving, I often talked to the wood. I would say, Boo, I know you're in there. Come on out. I know we can do this. And he showed up. Boo is carved from cherry. I had this log laying around in my stash. It was salvaged from a neighbor's yard a year earlier after it fell in a storm. Cherry is very hard wood and somewhat difficult to carve. Well, it was for me and my chainsaw anyway. Projects like this is where I get to immerse myself, and they give me a great sense of peace. As I focus on the task, the goal, and safety, there's little room in my conscious mind for worry, anxiety, or stress. For a while, it's just me and the wood collaborating to become something more, something new, something beautiful. As you can see here, the painting process was quite a challenge. I don't normally paint the pieces that I carve. I do a lot of bear carvings, that kind of thing, some caricature wildlife carvings that I use more charring, wood charring, to give depth and color. But this is the first time I tried painting. And luckily, my whittling caricatures came in handy, because I do a lot of painting of those, and that gave me the ideas and skill that I needed to make this happen. But you can see here that I've done a lot of layers of black and gray and white, because in this process you see right now I'm doing what is referred to as dry brushing. So there's very little paint on the brush, and it just skirts over the tip of the rough texture of what would be the hair, so that as you look closer, here it looks kind of bright, but in person there is a layering of white and gray and black that gives it that 3D kind of depth that we were looking for here. A small speck of gray-white paint was important to add to the eyes. You can see that glint kind of looking forward now as we look into the eyes. And we any pictures you take of yourself, look in the mirror or anything, you see that in your own eyes, that reflection of light that kind of gives that spark of life. And that was important for Boo, because he had very dark black eyes anyway, and I felt like that really gave some animation, some life to Boo's expression. You can see that the painting process was quite lengthy and tedious, and I never could quite be satisfied with it, but I think the end result turned out okay. Here's Boo with all the layering done. I had done just a spray paint on the exterior, and then the texturizing was done with acrylic. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be adding just a clear coat. And this, for me, was important to be able to seal the acrylic paint together with the spray paint so that there wouldn't be, it wouldn't be so easy to scratch or damage in any way. So that's what I'm doing here, is just sealing that final layer of clear coat to give him that sheen that he needed. And here we go. This is Boo. Finally, all that was left was carving my signature, and as requested by my neighbor, as we'll see a little bit later, he wanted the birth and the death dates that I did add after the fact. So here we are, carving in the initials, my signature for carvings, and later on I'll go back and off camera and add in the birth and death dates as requested. I am very grateful to have been able to make this piece and bring some joy to these two wonderful people. Boo ended up being the gift I didn't expect or know that I needed. I'm very proud of this little dog and have been able to do this for someone else. I hope you have enjoyed Boo as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video in the making of Boo. As you can see, it was quite a process of layering paint and trying to get depth and little gray hairs and things that are not easy to do in wood. And I'm really grateful to my neighbor for allowing me to have this opportunity to challenge myself, to do something special for him. He isn't someone to ask. And he had more faith in me than I did, so I appreciate that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed Boo, and if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear it. It's been a journey, a very pleasurable journey. Again, I apologize for not having the carving portion of this process, but that'll hopefully get better as we continue this journey together. I'll share some more of that as we go. Have a wonderful day. Love each other. Take care of each other. Enjoy your life. See you soon.